जी।
हाँ जी, हाँ जी, हो
ग्रेवाल
गया।
साहब, सत श्री अकाल।
हेलो दुआ जी, नमस्कार नमस्कार, सत श्री अकाल।
आपको बहुत आप मैंने आज पढ़ा, आप प्रिंसिपल इन्वेस्टिगेटर एल्डर्स फॉर एल्डर प्रोग्राम, आपको बड़ी बड़ी बधाई हो।
थैंक यू सो मच, थैंक यू सो मच, थैंक यू
कभी
सो मच।
सेंटर में भी आ जाओ, लोगों का भला कर, मेंबरों का भला कर दूं।
मैं बड़ा सेल्फिश आदमी हूँ, लोगों का भला करके अपना भला करता हूँ।
नहीं नहीं, वो बड़ा
कर
लोगों
भला,
का।
कर भला
आप
हो
कभी
भी भला।
टाइम
वो
निकाल
भी
के
भला,
आना।
दैट्स राइट, दैट्स राइट, दैट्स राइट। मुंद्रा जी नमस्कार, आपको एक अवार्ड मिला था, हमने फोटो देखी थी आपकी, बहुत बहुत बधाई हो। जो भी आपको अवार्ड देता है वो आपको अवार्ड नहीं देता, वो आपसे अवार्ड ले रहा है। यू आर सच एन इंस्पिरेशन फॉर ऑल ऑफ अस। I don't think I should keep repeating. Mundra ji is a phenomenal person. He is a cancer survivor. He is more than 90 years of age and he does webinars on Ayurvedic medicine by himself. So he is, आप muted हैं मुंद्रा जी, आप muted हैं, आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही। नहीं, अब आई है। हाँ जी।
I am not Ayurvedic. I am just naturopathy.
Naturopathy, sorry.
I don't give any medicine,
जी,
Ayurvedic, Unani, allopathic, homeopathy, nothing. No Siddha, nothing.
very nice. He only this what is naturopathy is telling you how to live properly. That's all. जो हम भूले हुए,
Not only live properly, it is also
eat
how to
properly
cure
and
yourself.
अब बहुत अच्छी बात है। अभी
It's
we were
not
attending
only
a
preventive, it is
conference,
also curative.
उसमें था कि जी ये जनरेशन जी होता था, अब जनरेशन पता नहीं, मनीष बताएगा कौन सी नई जनरेशन आ गई है अब।
Sir, I
Z
think
के बाद Z के बाद
one is
F आ गया कि पता नहीं
yeah,
कौन
yeah,
सी।
yeah, Z
Gen
plus or
Alpha.
something. Alpha. Yeah. See, you got an answer.
डॉक्टर साहब, एक प्रेजेंटेशन मैं भी करना चाहता हूँ इस ग्रुप में।
जरूर जी, जरूर। आई
आप
विल मेक
बताइए
श्योर।
कौन सी डेट को कर सकते हैं?
आपने बता दिया, नेक्स्ट वीक इज प्रॉब्ली डॉक्टर मनीष सरकार, ही इज स्पीकिंग ऑन मेंटल हेल्थ एंड नेक्स्ट फ्राइडे इज डॉक्टर हर्षवर्धन हु स्पीकिंग ऑन वेरिएबिलिटी ऑफ ब्लड प्रेशर। तो फरवरी फर्स्ट वीक में आपको इनवाइट करेंगे सर। आपने नहीं रखना, हम
ओके डॉक्टर साहब, थैंक यू वेरी मच।
नहीं, आप थैंक यू क्या, हम थैंक यू बोलेंगे आपको, आप मेहनत करेंगे हमारे लिए।
बोलने के बाद बोलिएगा ना, बिना बोले ही मैं थैंक यू बोल रहे हैं।
मुझे पता है आप कितना बढ़िया बोलेंगे।
Who knows, I may be a flop.
डजेंट मैटर।
वो
90 साल की उम्र से फ्लॉप हो भी गए तो केड़ी आफत आ गई।
कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता, ये बात सही है।
सही बात है, 90 साल में फ्लॉप भी हो गए तो क्या?
चलिए, let us start the session. We have already, I normally like to start right on 4:03. It is 4:04. Okay. Namaskar, welcome once again to Wellness Chopal. You are joining the non-stop session since 2019 and today is session 319. As I always mention, हमारी चर्चा इस चौपाल में बीमारियों के बारे में नहीं है, बल्कि उन वेरियस इश्यूज के बारे में चर्चा है जो कि एल्डर्स की क्वालिटी ऑफ लाइफ पे असर करती है, बीमारी पे केवल नहीं, quality of life. So we are talking more on quality of life of elders, and therefore all topics which we take up will always be on quality of life. Today, I welcome you to session number 319, and as every Friday, जो हमारा रिचुअल है कि हम एक प्रण लेते हैं अपने आप से और सबके साथ मिलके कि हम अपने स्वास्थ्य की जिम्मेदारी खुद लेंगे, तभी आपको जो सजेशन दिए जाएंगे वो आपको सजेशंस एक्सेप्ट होंगे. So join me in saying our Friday commitment to all of us. All of you, please unmute yourself, make a lot of noise, and join me to say, मेरा स्वास्थ्य
मेरा स्वास्थ्य मेरे हाथ,
मेरा स्वास्थ्य
मेरा स्वास्थ्य
मेरे हाथ,
मेरे हाथ,
मेरा स्वास्थ्य
मेरा
मेरे
स्वास्थ्य
हमारा
मेरे हाथ,
स्वास्थ्य हमारे हाथ में।
मेरा स्वास्थ्य
मेरा
मेरे हाथ,
स्वास्थ्य मेरे
मेरा
हाथ।
स्वास्थ्य मेरे हाथ, मेरा स्वास्थ्य मेरे हाथ।
मेरा स्वास्थ्य मेरे हाथ।
Absolutely.
मेरा स्वास्थ्य मेरे हाथ।
That is the spirit. So today we have a very dynamic young man, Dr. Manish Gupta, who is going to speak about optimizing nutrition. 2 मिनट लगा के ऑप्टिमाइजिंग के शब्द पे जोर डालना. आई थिंक मनीष विल ऑल्सो एग्री विद मी. हम जिस पेशेंट को कहते हैं कि आपका वजन ज्यादा है, इमीडिएट जवाब मिलता है, मैं तो कुछ खाता ही नहीं जी, मैं तो कुछ खाती ही नहीं जी. सुबह क्या खाया था? 2 पराठे सुबह, 2 फुलके रात को, 2 फुलके शाम को. मैं तो खाता ही नहीं. ये इसलिए क्योंकि आदत से खा रहे हैं, ऑप्टिमल माल नहीं खा रहे. और एल्डर्स में ऑप्टिमाइजिंग your food is the challenge. So today we are going to have him speak on optimizing. Manish is a consultant family physician and a diabetologist in the Green Park Family Medicine Clinic, and he's an honorary consultant to the Sir Gangaram Hospital. Now, before we invite Dr. Manish, I'm going to put in quick questions for you, ताकि उन सवालों के जवाब से डॉक्टर मनीष को पता लग जाएगा कि कौन से ऑडियंस के साथ वो डील कर रहे हैं. प्रगति, कैन यू प्लीज पुट अप द क्वेश्चंस? सो दे आर वेरी सिंपल क्वेश्चंस. डोंट, ज्यादा दिमाग लगाने की बात नहीं, अपने नॉलेज के साथ. डू यू थिंक मसल लॉस, मसल्स की लॉस इज नॉर्मल एंड अनअवॉइडेबल पार्ट ऑफ एजिंग? You'll get 30 seconds. These questions have been framed by Dr. Manish himself, so he will be happy to see the response coming from our young participants. So, right, Pragati, next question. Next question, please. How often do you consciously, जानकारी के साथ, include protein rich foods in your daily meals? कि आप ध्यान देते हैं कि मैं अपने खानों में प्रोटीन रिच फूड्स डेली के हिसाब से, डेली, हफ्ते में नहीं. So Manish, you are watching that once a day seems to be no, occasionally. That is good news for Manish. That is material for Manish.
वो क्या होता है?
Highly is 33%, occasionally. Very nice. Very good answer. Next question, please. Do you believe elderly should limit protein intake due to kidney and heart disease concerns? ये आम प्रचलित होता है कि मुझे जी गुर्दे में शिकायत है तो मुझे बोला गया है प्रोटीन कम खाओ. आपको हार्ट की तकलीफ या लिवर की तकलीफ है, प्रोटीन कम खाओ. Do you believe that is? No. Very nice. Very nice. Subhash Saluja ji, namaskar. Nice to see you. So 55% do not. Do you believe? 55% say no, they should not. Okay. Fourth question. Which of these do you think helps most in maintaining muscle strength as we age? जैसे जैसे उम्र बढ़ती है, सबसे ज्यादा क्या हेल्प करता है आपको? What is very encouraging, Manish, that the number of our young friends participating in it. We have around 84 and there are 59 people who have participated. So more than 75% people are digital savvy.
I can see that, sir.
And they are
amazing.
willing to participate. Very good. I'm so great. I'm so happy seeing all of you respond like this. Okay.
Fantastic.
Last question.
I think 4 were there, sir.
Four. Okay. So I think with your answers, ये मैं अश्योर कर दूं कि डॉक्टर मनीष एग्जामिनर नहीं है, कोई फेल नहीं हो रहा. लेकिन दूसरी बात यह है, कोई पास भी नहीं हो रहा.
Most of.
Nobody is passed, nobody is failed. So, Pragati, you can remove these, please, because he's got an idea. So, we have Dr. Manish on the screen. Dr. Manish, welcome to talk about optimizing nutrition, and thank you so much for sparing your time during your clinic hours.
So,
Welcome, please.
can I share my slides, sir?
Yeah, if you want.
Yes.
Mm.
My slides go. So,
Yeah, please, go ahead.
so मैंने crowd देखा, and sir, thank you for the privilege and honor, and thank you all for logging in. I'll try and keep it a mix of Hindi and English so that we can communicate better. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, please go ahead, Manish.
So we're going to talk about a very important topic which is very close to my heart, and at least I try and counsel my patients on this, because I believe in less number of pills in the prescription. I am a firm believer in that the answer lies in nature and food and exercise versus just writing medication. So therefore, when sir gave me the topic कि कुछ मनीष ऐसा choose कर जो आए, so this came across my way, and I was like, wow, this it's the sweet spot कि let's talk about nutrition. And lot of questions come in, and it's our job as doctors to make it simple. सबके लिए आसान बनाना हमारी duty है कि how to make it easy for all of you and even to us. Nutrition is the chapter which we least study in our medical days, and it's a chapter which we least keep side में कि nutritionist से बात कर लो, dietitian से बात कर लो. You hear so many YouTubers, followers, and everything is going around. But what is the medical part of it, and what is uh, let's try and get some clarity. At least I found also some clarity while preparing for this lecture. So I will proceed with that. And the outside, I would like to say that, and one word which I tell all my patients: muscle is the fountain of youth. So fountain of youth, yaad karna, and it's the buzzword. Can we remain immortal? I know we don't, but the science is finding that what ages fast, and it's the muscle. So protein actually is equal to muscle longevity, which is equal to fountain of youth. So which is also mobility, independence. जो सर ने कहा, हम अपनी अपनी अब हमारी health is in our hands, and this is where I think this probably hits the home. The next myth which I want to break at the outset is aging equal to inevitable weakness, and that's the biggest myth. No, aging is not equal to weakness. Right? So if we can keep हम अपनी मसल जिंदा रख सकते हैं, हमको weakness doesn't mean it will hit all of us. It won't. It can. We can fight it. Muscle is the true anti-aging organ, right? And that's where the truth lies. The telomere and the muscle fibers loss, the sarcopenia, which I will talk on the future slides. Protein builds strength, immunity, and independence. Lot of time we are asked as doctors, सर मेरी इम्यूनिटी बढ़ाने के लिए ये सप्लीमेंट दे दीजिए, वो कर लूं, फलाना ये कर लूं, वो ऐसा ले लूं. The protein is the main thing, right? If you are recovering from infection, you're falling sick again and again, protein is immunity. Protein what builds antibodies. Protein is what is needed by the body to fight an infection. So protein is important in that sense. Now I've spoken so much about protein, let's try and understand more. So protein intake in India, studies have been done. 73% Indians are protein deficient. It's a huge number, huge number. And over 90% of the population don't even know how much protein are we supposed to take. कितना लेना है रोज, right? हाँ जी, रोज का एक अंडा ले लिया, हाँ जी थोड़ा सा हम वो पनीर डाल लेते हैं. Are we making a conscious effort? हम सब की इतना 90% जितना चाहिए उतना जा रहा है. And next important part, 85% believe protein consumption leads to weight gain. जी मेरा वजन बढ़ जाएगा, right? So muscle gain is not weight gain, right? So that has to be clear कि muscle बढ़ाना वजन बढ़ाने के बराबर नहीं है, right? And it's very important. And साथ में जो problems which we hear, which we all know, right? Low protein intake decreases our immunity. As I said, infections can increase, weakness and increased hunger, muscle atrophy, brittle hair and nails, and stress fractures. I'm sure, sir, in your esteemed forum, you would have had some speakers speak on bones and stress fractures already. I'm sure on that. So, protein is important there as well. So, muscle loss increases after 60 years. That's what it starts. You start to lose muscle. There is reduced strength, balance, and the immunity. Adequate protein improves mobility and quality of life. So, if we maintain protein, we get good mobility and good quality of life. So, that's the mantra. That's the line. This which we should all go home with. The signs of muscle loss, as doctors, as patients, which we hear: low energy, slower walking speed, decreased strength, kamzori, fatigue, weakness, which we hear commonly, most common complaints. So, there's a very simple test, sir, right, which we can all do in our OPDs and even as patients, right? Hand grip, right? There was a study done that simple, and I think old saying भी है, सर भी मानेंगे कि किसी से हैंडशेक करें पता चल जाता है वो इंसान किस किस मट्टी का बना है, right? So that simple test of hand grip strength is what is muscle strength and ability to recover from hospital stays and quality of life. Imagine that line. Your recovery from hospital and infection is told by kitne your grip strength. That's how important that muscle strength, that hand grip strength is, right? I'll move on. Some other factors which play why muscle loss happens: excessive alcohol consumption, cigarette smoking. But I think the most common cause is insufficient protein intake, vitamin D insufficiency, and inactive and sedentary lifestyle. From my side, these are the three commonest cause of decreased protein and loss of muscle and function. So if we have good protein intake, vitamin D is sufficient, and we have a active lifestyle, I think we are doing good, right? Those are the factors which हम सब काम कर सकते हैं by taking good protein, exercising whatever we can, and maintaining our vitamin D levels. As simple as that. And that will help to maintain muscle mass so that we don't lose muscle. Protein preserves muscle mass. It prevents falls and dependence. हमारी health हमारे हाथ में, right? So that itself, grip strength, sir very rightly said, very rightly it comes out. Food is the first medicine for healthy aging. We have a naturopath, sir, I heard, sir, at the outset, and he will also believe in this, that food is the first medicine for healthy aging. So protein is equal to muscle, which leads to protection and therefore independence. Now I will shift gears from basic backgrounds to how much protein is needed. कितना protein खाना है हमें? So for general population, general elderly, 1 to 1.2 gram per kg per day. I'll be translating into simple. I'll make it सबके लिए आसान कि क्या rough figures हैं. For frail chronic, 1.2 to 1.5. Acute illness, 1.5 to 2.0. As doctors, we would like, oh my God, इतना सारा protein खिलाएंगे, कहीं कहीं kidney, कहीं protein, कहीं liver में कुछ damage होगा. This is the requirement. इतना चाहिए, इतना required है. It's not about going to the gym or not gymming या muscle बनानी है. इतना चाहिए वो muscle जो है वो maintain रहे. वो ही important line है. To maintain that muscle mass, उतना चाहिए. It's a simple plate I have shown here that it's easy way to remember that 50% veggies and about 25% protein and 25% carbs. A simple way to remember that, but that's just more pictorial. I'll be coming on to that in the future slides. So this is the rough rule. जितने किलो weight उतने ग्राम protein. Simple सी बात याद कर लीजिए. So if you're 60 kilo person, roughly 60 grams to 72 gram per day. 70 kilo, about 70 grams to 84 grams per day. 80 kilo, 80 to 96. But if we अगर इतना भी याद कर ले, जितना किलो है हमारा weight, जितना वजन, उतने ग्राम protein per day requirement है. If that even a take home message, I think I have done my job. Right? That much is what I drive home. 1 gram per kg पे nothing wrong is going to happen much. And higher needs in frailty and illness. जब बीमार है थोड़ा सा प्रोटीन बढ़ाना है क्योंकि बॉडी को फाइटिंग हो चाहिए. I have mentioned some food items, but I think this doesn't apply to our Indian scenario. So I'm going to shift, and I have made specific efforts to make for our Indian scenario what we normally eat so that we can all get more information. At least I learned also. मैंने भी सीखा. So protein generally comes from two sources, either animal sources or plant sources, right? Some people say I'm vegetarian. Most of the Indians are vegetarians. We are occasional, some are non-vegetarian. We are not hardcore non-vegetarian every day having. But say, for example, milk, curd, paneer, eggs, fish are animal sources. Plant sources are pulses, soy, tofu, nuts, and seeds. Supplements can be added on if dietary intake पूरा नहीं हो रहा. अगर हम खाने से पूरा नहीं कर पा रहे or we're not able to maintain that, then we can add our medical protein supplements for that particular person. अगर वो कहते हैं कि हाँ मुझसे नहीं हो पाता, then we should, and that we can add all those things. Here I would like to give an example. Sir, I saw a very interesting Netflix pe, unfortunately that documentary series has been removed. It was called The Game Changers, and the myth was broken about vegetarian protein versus non-vegetarian protein. And to my amazement, that documentary showed all the Olympian athletes shifting to vegetarian source of protein for improved performance. And in that documentary, they gave a very classical example in nature. Sher or hathi, right? Which animal is stronger, right? Rhino, elephant are stronger animals, right? They only eat vegetarian the whole life, right? So non-veg protein is superior to vegetarian protein is a myth. Okay, any form of protein चाहे किसी भी source से आए is good, but as it's not like that which source is just a myth which has been created, but it's a wrong myth. Now this is what I would drive home, and small points. 1 glass of milk 8 ग्राम प्रोटीन, 1 कटोरी दही 8 से 10 ग्राम प्रोटीन, एक पनीर का बोल about 100 ग्राम of पनीर 18 से 20 ग्राम प्रोटीन, very good source. दाल कुक्ड कटोरी ऑफ दाल 7 से 9 ग्राम, एंड सोया टोफू 15 से 20. इसको और आसान बना देते हैं. दूध, दही, दाल 8 ग्राम एक कटोरी, एंड एक बोल ऑफ पनीर या सोया टोफू 15 से 20 ग्राम. So rough idea, rough figures. So even if you remember, if we have that, I'll be making again more simpler how to make our meal plan that itna gram chala jaye. Again, I have made some food items which we can always substitute from millets, from nuts like almonds, peanuts, pistachios. They have protein, so you can always have a box of nuts, cheese, legumes, dal. So I have made some more conscious efforts सबको दिखाने के लिए these are the common sources of protein, and it's not only a non-vegetarian source कि अंडा या मीट से ही आएगा. Even vegetarian foods have good quality and good quantity of protein. We have to make just small थोड़ा सा effort करना पड़ता है खाने में, and my next few slides will be on that. So if somebody is, for example, 60 kilos, so how to get 60 gram of protein? सिंपल. ब्रेकफास्ट में आप दूध हम सब जनरली लेते हैं, तो 1 कटोरी पनीर ऐड कर दीजिए, उसमें 20 ग्राम आ गया. लंच पे सब दाल लेते ही हैं, उसमें आपने थोड़ी सी कटोरी दही भी रख ली, तो अगेन यू गेट क्लोजर टू 20 ग्राम. डिनर पे भी अगेन अ कॉन्शियस एफर्ट इज मेड, आइदर पनीर और दाल के साथ में यू कैन ऐड, सो दैट यू गेट 20 ओवर मैच, 20 into 3 60 ग्राम्स हो गया. बीच में अगर आपने कुछ ऐड कर लिया, फॉर एग्जांपल रोस्टेड चना एंड नट्स कैन बी एडेड. सो इफ वी इवन फॉलो दिस रफली, अगर हम सब फॉलो कर लें, दिस इज गुड इनफ, दिस इज फेयर इनफ. हमारा मसल विल बी मेंटेन बिकॉज ऑफ दैट, राइट? फॉर 80 ग्राम थोड़ा सा हाई करना पड़ेगा, so maybe another bowl of paneer or more nuts can be added on. But I would tell everyone कि जो आसान है, जो रोज हो पाए, because what happens is in our OPDs or या ये lecture में I might talk fancy things, right? But I tell everyone and I strongly believe जो रोज हो पाए, जो आसान है, which is आप जो रोज करते आ रहे हैं अभी तक, उसमें हमें समझना है कि what is easily doable. Correct? So if we hear आप ये खा रहे हैं, as doctors we can tell them, okay, this is small changes which we can do, which sometimes dietitians miss, some work with them. So but again what happens is वो follow करते करते in human nature है कि जो आप कर रहे हो you will go back to that. So I think we have to make it easy. I've just made those references. Next comes the problems, and I think all of us will agree, which we hear commonly. And this is where we need to talk to our patients and help them. भूख नहीं लग रही, खाने का मन नहीं करता, there are dental issues, कोई महंगा प्रोटीन लिख दिया पाउडर, and जो last point था, fear of kidney damage, which I was very glad to see with that poll, sir. Hats off, sir, that you asked that, and I was amazed to see that I think a lecture has already happened in the group, that everybody was aware that no, protein does not mean kidney damage. You know, there's a very common myth around that कि प्रोटीन से मेरा किडनी असर होता है. So fantastic, the group is already well informed, but I just put it out there कि these are the common problems. So इसको कैसे address करें? So the next point would be that go with smaller portions, छोटे portion जितना खाया जाए, and some amount of protein per meal जाए. Cook the dal, soak the dals for digest better हो जाए, and spread protein acrossly. एक meal में सारा शायद नहीं खाया जाए. Last important point, सिर्फ खाना 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 कर रहे हैं, and the topic was optimizing muscle nutrition, right? So uh, Dr. Grewal sir, I was showing my slides to my father, and he said, what is missing in this as yet? कहते जब तक मसल को भूख नहीं होएगी वो प्रोटीन अब्सॉर्ब नहीं करेगा. So मैंने कहा अच्छा पॉइंट तो अच्छा है. So I said, okay, I must add this point that you must combine with light resistance training. Some sort of exercise has to be added on ताकि मसल को भूख भी हो उस प्रोटीन की, तभी वो अच्छे से उसको लेगा भी. So I found beautiful information again on that ki the people who are exercising is the green graph. So the muscle loss in the people who are exercising versus people who do not exercise. So you can see yourself ki those who exercise and those who don't exercise, the loss of muscle mass and the level of muscle mass, that is very clearly shown. And this is how a normal healthy muscle looks like, and that's how muscle atrophies. So strength training is what we need to add. So आज का drive home after the protein in the diet simplify करने के बाद, the second important message for everyone would be small light dumbbell training exercises, small resistance training exercises should be added on into the exercise regime. जितना आपसे easy है without pain. That improves our walking and balance. There is of course improved diabetes and BP control, leads to stronger bones and a better confidence. So here also, I won't bore the audience with this, but you could start slow, start easy, hole hole, aram se. A correct posture is the key. Some warm up and cool down, and no pain during exercise. Everybody has arthritis, some joints issues, no pain during exercise. So वो कीजिए जो easy हो, इसमें दर्द ना हो, and small amount of exercises should be added on. For example, and I really love this when I saw this, chair squat. Simple chair se उठ के बैठना is a good way. Wall push-ups here is very nice way. Seated leg raise, simple routine which can be added on by most of us, by every one of us. Some household resistance option, 1 किलो की पानी की बोतल को डंबल बना लिया, राइस और दाल बैग्स, रेजिस्टेंस बैंड्स भी मिलते हैं, टॉवल्स भी हैं, ब्लैंकेट से भी रेजिस्टेंस बैंड्स आते हैं, right? But what I'm trying to say is we can all use those small items at home to get the resistance training. Resistance is different than walking and doing other things, but that has to be added on. So I was talking to one of the Australian endocrinologists. He said, I tell all my patients 3 rep upper body, 3 reps lower body. Bas, enough. इतना भी ऐड कर लिया हमने, right? 3 deltoid, 3 biceps, 3 triceps का, and 3 quadriceps, 3 hamstrings, which we can teach our patients, and 3 for the hips. So those kind of mixtures, I think on our prescriptions, sir, as doctors also, we should mention and write and spend some time with the patients. The resistance training has to be added on. These are some more exercises. I'm sure YouTube is full. आप सब पहले सुन चुके हो शायद on talks. Simple leg stands, tree poses, whatever is easy where you don't lose a balance. A weekly routine, and I believe in simplifying. जितना हम आसान बना पाए सबके लिए. Monday to Thursday, you do some strength training, 20 minutes, which can be added on. Tuesday to and Saturday, हफ्ते में 2 बार आपने walking के साथ balance, and daily a stretching routine is there. But strength training is the buzzword and should be added on for all. What are the special consideration for the doctors in the group? डू वी कंसिडर रीनल फंक्शन? सबके टेस्ट करने चाहिए बिफोर प्रिस्क्राइबिंग प्रोटीन की इतना खाना है नहीं खाना है. इट्स नॉट अ कॉन्ट्राइंडिकेशन per se, but yes, generally everybody has done some other KFT in the past. You can have a rough assessment. Even if the worst kidney scenario, the lowest dose is 0.6 gram, 0.8 gram. फिर भी आप कहें अगर जितना किलो वेट है उससे थोड़ा 10% कम कर लीजिए, enough, that's it, perfect. So if somebody is 60 kgs, has kidney issues, 50-40 gram, more than enough, you are still okay, कुछ गड़बड़ नहीं हो रहा. उतना चाहिए, उतना प्रोटीन बॉडी लूज कर रही है. And medically, how do we monitor sarcopenia? Very easy test in our OPDs. Simple chair to stand test. More than 15 seconds, there is sarcopenia. We have to work on it. हमें इंडिविजुअलाइज करना है फॉर एज डॉक्टर्स कि सीकेडी और लिवर पेशेंट्स जब आते हैं तो we reduce them and we give special. Of course, this is a small battery of tests in our OPDs. I just kind of put it as last minute that there's a gait speed test, there's a chair stand test जो मैं अब कह रहा था mention, a simple test that if it takes above 12 seconds and then you give accordingly the points, that above 15 seconds is what is considered a kind of a cutoff, that what can be done here. All right, now my last few slides before I end my talks, and I thought, you know, these thoughts of the presentation kept building on as the talk kept materializing. सर ने जब से टॉपिक दिया और मुझे होमवर्क दिया, आई थॉट wow, I have taken a tough challenge. The topic also I chose well, so but luckily it was a good learning experience. So some myths we are going to break. The first myth, I think all of the group is aware. I'm not going to repeat again and again. Kidney damage में protein हमें avoid करना है नहीं करना है. I think all elderly with CKD must avoid is a big myth. हाई क्वालिटी प्रोटीन जरूरी है, किडनी पेशेंट में देना है, malnutrition is more dangerous. Next important which we hear, सर गाउट है, यूरिक एसिड बढ़ा हुआ है. I didn't put that question there, वो भी होना चाहिए था. प्रोटीन इंटेक से यूरिक एसिड बढ़ता है. This is again a myth. The fact is dairy and plant proteins are safe. In fact, वो यूरिक एसिड को घटाते हैं. Risk is mainly from excess red meat and alcohol. So this line is what I give to all my patients. Higher levels of meat and seafood increased risk of gout. Moderate intake of purine-rich vegetables, no risk. So I made this chart also here. Vegetables in abundance, nuts and legumes are uric acid neutral. They do not cause a rise in uric acid levels. So please, that myth old कि आपको uric acid है आप दालें बंद कर दीजिए is a wrong statement. It's no more valid, right? So I think that's a very important point which I wanted to stress home because it's a very common myth. Sir, मेरा uric acid बढ़ जाएगा, ऐसा हो जाएगा. No, nothing doing. Next, heart failure. Protein worsens heart failure, wrong. Adequate protein will preserve heart function. Heart is a muscle. Muscle को protein चाहिए, right? In fact, क्या कम करना है is salt and fluid intake, right? And that always the cardiologist tells, but that's the focus for heart patients, heart failure patients. Liver disease, ज़्यादा खाने से वो hepatic या फिर ammonia बढ़ता है, wrong again, right? Protein restriction is outdated. Vegetable and BCA rich proteins. I have mentioned a few. I have made a photograph here of the common foods which can be given for healthy liver, which improve survival and cognition. Last myth, and I think I'll just kind of revising it for everyone, and that's my take home message. Elderly people should eat less protein. No, absolutely no. Most elderly need more protein, 1 to 1.2 gram per kg per day. Now I have started making a conscious effort for the past 1 year plus of writing how much protein per day and how much protein per meal. Itna lena hai aapko, right? So therefore that is our thing. My last slide before I end my talk here. So key take home messages for everyone. Protein is essential, zaruri hai. Optional nahi hai, zaruri hai in elderly and for all of us actually. अंडर न्यूट्रिशन ज्यादा हार्मफुल है देन एडिक्वेट प्रोटीन. प्रोटीन कम खिलाना इज मोर डेंजरस वर्सेस गिविंग ज्यादा दे दिया, ओ माय गॉड कुछ गड़बड़ हो जाएगा. कुछ गड़बड़ नहीं हो रहा है. अर्ली इंटरवेंशन शुरू में ही ध्यान रखने से डिसेबिलिटी वी कैन सेव द मसल. मसल इज फाउंटेन ऑफ यूथ. वेजिटेरियन डाइट्स कैन मीट प्रोटीन नीड्स. नॉन वेजिटेरियन खाना जरूरी नहीं है कि प्रोटीन के लिए. वेजिटेरियन डाइट से भी प्रोटीन मिलेगा, बिल्कुल मिलेगा. Even distribution is crucial. throughout the day बांटना is more important कि हमने एक बार खा लिया पूरे दिन में. No, throughout the day बांटना ताकि enough जाए जो चाहिए body को is important. And adequate protein रखने से with exercise, I must add that line actually वो रह गई, prevents frailty and falls, which we already know that. I'll end my talk here. Healthy muscles is equal to healthy aging. Right? I'll end my talk here, sir.
Beautiful, beautiful. Manish, must congratulate you because I must totally agree with you. Talking about nutrition invariably takes more criticizing than suggesting. मेरे ये एक्सपीरियंस है, जब भी हम कोई न्यूट्रिशनिस्ट को बुलाते हैं वो हमें इतना बुरा भला कहना शुरू कर देते हैं. आप लोग क्या करते हो, आप लोग पका दे देते हो, आप ये नहीं करते, आप वो नहीं करते. But I'm so glad you were totally positive. You have given wonderful suggestions and you brought out the essence of the importance of protein in elders. Lot of good myths refuted. Before I open the chapter, I'm already seeing questions coming in the chat box and people raising hands. Protein को लेके मैं सबको प्रोवोक कर रहा हूं. इसको ना गरम खाना माना जाता है कि प्रोटीन, आप देखिए जितने प्रोटीन रिच फूड्स हैं दे आर ऑल कंसिडर्ड गरम. राजमा, सब्जियां, दे आर ऑल कंसिडर्ड कि जी ये बड़ी गरम है. एंड व्हाई डू दे कंसिडर गरम? बिकॉज व्हाट ही जस्ट क्लैरिफाइड. मैं जिस दिन राजमा खा लूं मेरे को जोड़े दर्द हो जाती है. नॉट पॉसिबल बिकॉज राजमा इज गरम, सो जोड़ों में दर्द. Gas. So same thing. So it is not garam. It is what he said, muscle ke liye, that is energy. Now, before I open Manish, you must have all noticed one thing. जो मनीष ने 3-4 प्लेट्स दिखाई of high protein food, आपने पता नहीं नोटिस किया कि नहीं, किसी भी प्लेट में रोटी नहीं थी.
सर एक में थी, सर एक में रखी थी मैंने.
नहीं, आई एम सो ग्लैड, क्योंकि आटा इज नॉट प्रोटीन. People, lot of people have this belief, and atta ki roti is very poor source of any type of vitamins for the elders. दांत है नहीं, रोटी खाई नहीं जाती, कुछ नहीं खाते. So I'm glad you're suggesting a meal without any rotis. Thank you and congratulations. You mentioned about light exercise. Is it important for elders to do these light exercises every day, or can they make it an alternate day?
Sir, I always tell what is comfortable, but yes, at least 5 days a week.
5 days.
At least bare minimum, but it should be a daily routine.
It can be
at least 15 to 30 minutes.
Make it a daily routine, and preferably when you start your weight exercises,
warm up a little.
Please start doing it while sitting. For about a month, बैठ के करिए. The getting up from chair is not a weight bearing exercise. It is your own exercise. वजन दे के जब आप करते हैं, आप देखा होगा वो सामने जो लॉन्स में सुबह मॉर्निंग वॉकर्स हैं, वो ऐसे ऐसे करते रहते हैं, ऐसे ऐसे. ये बड़ी कॉमन एक्सरसाइज है. सिवाय कबूतर उड़ाने के इसका और कोई फायदा नहीं है. So be careful. कबूतर उड़ा उड़ा के आपने पता नहीं कहां भेज देते हैं. So I think there are a number of hands coming up, but if you could just go through the chat box also, Manish.
Sir.
Yes, Mr. Batra, meanwhile, while he's reading the boxes.
Yes, sir. Dr. Gupta, thank you very much for a very holistic lecture.
So, thank you.
Beauty was that it was containing exercise, diet, plus strength training and all that. And whatever is feasible, what you talk. But my question was on the quantity of the protein every day. You told jitna weight hai utna le lo.
Rough.
If I'm 75,
Rough
I need
rule.
around 80-85. Yeah, I know that. I need around 80-85.
Now
Now the question is, sir, let me speak.
Please go ahead. Please go ahead.
It's like this. that if I want to have 80 grams of protein, and if I want to have dal, I'll need 8 katoris of dal. But if I want to have, by eating some salmon or some chicken or something, I'll have just 1 or 2 pieces. Very easy to take. How do you agree or not?
I agree, sir. But for 80 grams, as I said, distribution is the key. So again, distribute it. So rough rule would be about 20-25 grams per meal. So एक सैल्मन में आपका 80 ग्राम नहीं आया पूरा, करेक्ट सर? तो आपने वो सैल्मन जब खाई तो आपको उस मील के लिए पूरा हो गया, right? But what about the other meals? Unless you say I'm going to have salmon all 3 meals, right? So that's my take home message, that all 3 meals should have distributed protein of 20 to 30 grams.
Amount of vegetable is required is too large to
Agreed,
have
agreed.
a protein.
But even small amount of paneer. So that's why we choose that substituting a vegetable which has a larger amount in smaller quantity, and that is generally our dairy products, our paneer and curd, which comes to that close. That's where I'm saying. तभी वो example में था कि वो 20-25.
Okay.
I forgot to clarify. Dairy paneer, जो गाय और भैंस का पनीर versus soybean milk paneer, which is considered in higher in terms of protein source?
Sir, I have not studied on that, but I think the soy has slightly more than
Yes.
that. Yes, sir.
That
So the
is
soy and the tofu.
Elders, I always, yes, some Shankarji has already written in the chat box that tofu.
Yep.
That's right. Elders
So
should.
one bowl of tofu would have about 20 grams of protein.
So whenever I take paneer in India, I get sick, vomiting, nuts cause problem in bowels. How do I meet the needs? I'm planning to run 2 miles after 3 weeks. I'm 80 plus. Pehle to, congratulations. At 80 plus, he's planning to start running 2 miles. तो फिर भाई साहब हम आपसे पूछते हैं कि प्रोटीन कितना खाने है, हमसे क्यों पूछ रहे हो?
Sir, no,
80 साल के हो गए, 2 मिनट दौड़ रहे हो, और क्या हनुमान को मार देनी है?
Sir, so agar nuts causes problems, then we choose agar if paneer don't work, dal don't work, then either our allopathic protein supplements can be added on. Otherwise, I'm sure there are other sources as well. For example, in this case, he says nuts, he says dal, he says milk also doesn't work for him. Curd could be an option, right? Where he could think about that. Tofu can be work. Right.
No, in such case, I think added protein is the safest.
Yes,
Can
sir.
I take Protein X with milk in the morning?
I think so. There's no problem.
What is the difference between regular curd and Greek yogurt?
I think similar, sir. It will be more about probiotics and adding some, additives on top. It will just a process how it's made. But more or less, it's a yogurt is a yogurt at the end of the day, scientifically, if you ask me, sir.
Thank you, Ashaji, for calling it a very nice, concise, powerful message. Nice. Thank you for the kind words. Okay. Any other questions, please? Yes, Dr. Shahi, please.
Quinoa, how is quinoa?
Yes, sir. Quinoa is more, fibers also. So it's more for the fiber and for the, digestive. Again, sir, about 6 to 8 grams hoga, sir, ek bowl mein, roughly. That's what I remember, sir.
Ji, ma'am,
Yes.
Dr.
Yes.
Shahi.
Well, I mean, very good lecture, very practical. And my query is about whey. As a protein, is it good or is it not?
Ma'am, I actually love this question.
I have heard a lot of,
Yes, I actually love this question. Many parents come in where they are scared कि मेरा बच्चा जिम में वो वे प्रोटीन कह दिया ट्रेनर ने और वो डब्बे वब्बे ले आया और डब्बे कुछ ले रहा है, सेफ है या नहीं है, क्या होने वाला है? Ma'am, the idea is we should know how to read the back of the pack. Correct? So एक तो it's the quality. So there's something called whey isolate होता है और एक normal whey होता है. So whey is generally derived from milk protein. Whey is basically milk protein, ma'am. So whey is okay as long as you don't go overboard as per the requirement. गलती वहां होती है जहां आपकी requirement है 80 grams and you start saying okay you push up 2 scoop सवेरे 2 scoop दोपहर 2 scoop रात हर बार ट्रेन किया और शुरू हो गए. So that's where it starts going wrong. Right? So therefore you have to counsel them. See, I think do your diet, add maybe 1 scoop a day.
That's
Post workout, a safe limit.
So it's
Right?
safe to take.
It is safe.
If we
People are
read the back of the pack carefully.
People are taking a lot, man. They are taking half a dabba per day. Ranjit Singh ji,
चॉकलेट होती है ना उसमें तो बहुत मसाला
मैं कह रहा था मैम, सो वो उसमें कार्ब्स होते हैं, वो हिडन कार्ब्स, सो वो डायबिटिक्स, वो उल्टा इट इज अ प्रॉब्लम.
yes, Ranjit Singh ji, बोलो.
डॉक्टर साहब एक तरह थोड़ा सा ना बायोटिक के ऊपर प्रोबायोटिक प्रीबायोटिक
Yes,
what
yes,
is
yes.
coming
We'll have that. We'll have that.
That's
Good
right.
idea. जी
okay
रंजीत सिंह जी बोलो.
हाँ जी सर जी, पहले गुप्ता सर को मैं मुबारकबाद देना चाहता हूँ, इतना बढ़िया लेक्चर था. आज हमारे पार्टिसिपेंट का 100 का आंकड़ा पार कर गया, 100 पूरे 100 बन. थैंक यू सो मच, बहुत बढ़िया.
Thank you Ranjit Singh ji.
गॉड ब्लेस यू, ऑल द बेस्ट. थैंक यू सर.
Ranjit Singh ji is speaking from Australia, Manish.
Yeah.
He has not missed a single session of ours since 2019.
I heard.
इंटरनेशनल है ना प्रोग्राम हमारा.
Mr. Shankar, you wanted to ask some question? Please take my question. Which one is it?
So if so नहीं है. How much time, sir? He says how much time to walk.
Okay.
Sir, so again 15 to 30 minutes is the rule. Whatever is easy, but with that walk, the idea is to add resistance training, थोड़ा dumbbell training along with light cardio add करना है. Walking is important also for mobility of the joints, but muscle को थोड़ा सा हल्की सी resistance चाहिए. Simple training, या मैंने दिखाया था तौलिया पकड़ के भी, if you do a little bit of resistance training, light 1-1 किलो की water bottles, simple घर पे water bottles, दाल bags 1 किलो का, ज्यादा नहीं चाहिए, सिर्फ उतना भी काफी है. We have to think practically what is easy for us for doable, ताकि रोज
पहलवानी नहीं करनी, पहलवानी डोले नहीं बनाने, कुश्ती नहीं करनी, कुश्ती नहीं करनी, आपने
maintain the muscle, that's important.
राजीव, आप कुछ पूछना चाह रहे थे, मिस्टर मार्किन, प्लीज.
सर वो सर एक क्वेश्चन बार बार आ रहा है
बोलो.
नेपाली जी से, प्रोटीन यूरिया वरीज माय हस्बैंड.
Okay,
so very important question actually.
Yes.
So again ma'am, all the more reason, if somebody is losing protein, we have to give protein, right? Kidney will filter protein and उतना तो requirement है. अगर हम worried भी हैं तो 0.80 0.6 worst case kidney patients में हम 0.6 ग्राम तक आते हैं. तो you know you can reduce it by 10-20%. आप मैंने आपको 1 ग्राम का रूल बताया था, रफली जितना किलो वेट उतना किलो उतना ग्राम प्रोटीन बेयर मिनिमम है, उससे आप 10-20% कम कर लीजिए. सो फॉर एग्जांपल यू आर 60 kg, यू आर वरिड, सो मेक इट 50 grams और सो, और 45 grams, यू विल बी सेफ. उतनी तो रिक्वायरमेंट है, वो डर के वो उतना भी नहीं जाए जो रिक्वायरमेंट है, तो वो प्रोटीन यूरिया जो हो रहा है, यू विल लूज मसल, यू विल लूज मोर मसल. So इसलिए वो important है, एक balance है between that, and that should not be a fear. वो fear has to go out.
I think Manish, I must share with you just a minute, Rajiv.
Yeah.
It's a great privilege, Manish, that we have an international renowned professor, head of department, former head of department of All India Institute, Professor Sunita Mittal. What a pleasure to have you, Professor Sunita. It's so encouraging for us to have you with us, and I'm trying to locate where are you so that I can pin you for a minute. Dr. Sunita, Dr. Gopal, good evening. अच्छा लगा देख के आपको. I will just try and pin Dr. Sunita Mittal. She has been a pioneer. Yes, here you are.
Thank you.
What is your
nice, interesting talk?
Thank you, ma'am.
Manish, she was former head of department of Gynae at All India Institute. So she's so encouraging for you to join us, Professor Mittal.
Actually, today I got free little early, so I got a chance to join.
Please get free every Friday.
I'll try. I found it quite interesting.
No, now you are going to take a lecture for elderly women.
Sure.
Please promise us today that in February, second Friday, Professor Sunita is going to talk about elderly women gynecological issues.
Okay, I'll do that.
Nobody better than you to talk on it. Thank you so much.
Sure.
Thank you so much. Yes, Rajiv, please go ahead with your question.
Sir, yeah.
So, first of all, I must say that the lecture has been very good and very informative. But I have certain observations, personal observations. If I'm wrong, please don't mind it. I feel that we are talking only of protein. What about other things like carbohydrates?
No,
They are
you
equally
missed.
important.
No,
No, hold
Rajiv,
on.
no. Before you go ahead,
Yeah,
Manish is talking about muscle strength.
correct. I'm coming to
In
this.
muscle strength, it is only protein. Manish,
Sir,
would you like that?
No, I'm coming to this. My point is, while we were talking about the diet and as what we should have and all those things, I was mentally calculating my own intake. The way he's
Yes,
explained,
that is it.
it is coming to about 60 grams, 50 to 60 grams,
Okay.
as against 75 to 80, which is supposed to be as per the calculations. But I can't increase my protein intake because I need to have the carbohydrates also in my regular diet. Roti वगैरह भी खानी है ना. Because if I don't take carbohydrates, I get into constipation and other problems as such.
Very good. Sir,
I'm talking
sir,
from that
excellent
angle.
question.
So
Sir,
how
sir,
do we
sir,
balance that?
excellent point, excellent point. So carbohydrate has a U-shaped curve. So certain essential, all macronutrients from even fats are essential. So certain component of fat, carbs are needed, but with age, we need to decrease that component and increase and focus that. So as I said, 50% should be our veggies and fruits. 25% of our plate should be carbs and 25% to 30% should be proteins, right? So 25 or 50, that's the rough rule, that a plate method, that carbs should be limited to one roti.
Manish, other than
small
roti, what are the carbs you suggest? Other than
Sir, if somebody is a rice lover, there's no problem, but the quantity of rice needs to be reduced. Right? What happens in India is that वो चावल का पहाड़ बनता है, उस पे एक कटोरी दाल डलती है, right? Whereas this has to reverse to a bhigona of dal and a small amount of rice. So it has to reverse, right? Because what is needed by the body is protein requirement, और जैसे वो किसी ने raise किया कि I will need so much amount of protein for that, matching that. Whereas carbs तो इतने में भी मुझे एक रोटी में भी मेरा carb का requirement पूरा हो जाएगा. That's the point. I think Mr. Ganesh Mundrabi is wanting to say.
Yeah. Rajiv, any other question?
Yeah, second point was, in case I'm taking about 70% of the protein requirement, 70 to 80%, I would say, is that enough, or do we still have to plan to increase it more and more?
That should be enough.
So, if your requirement is 80 grams, and if you meet close to 80 grams, the muscle will be maintained. What is important to understand scientifically, muscle को जिंदा रहने के लिए उतनी उसकी requirement है. अगर वो requirement हमने पूरी नहीं करी, तो muscle fiber die करता चला जाएगा. That is the drive home, the important thought process which we need to focus on, and that was the main idea of this lecture today. So,
right.
Yeah, Munra ji, please welcome. आप कुछ कह रहे थे?
आपकी स्लाइड्स में बहुत कुछ पढ़ने के लिए है, लेकिन प्रेजेंटेशन के टाइम में पढ़ा नहीं जा सकता है, तो वो शेयर की जा सकती हैं क्या?
Please, yes, it'll be an honor and privilege.
I'm glad उन्होंने अभी तक copyright को apply नहीं किया.
नहीं sir, बिल्कुल नहीं sir. Information is to be spread out, and आप इतना you are doing such a human service, sir, so it should be spread out, sir. So it'll be an honor and privilege, sir. Please,
Dr.
sir.
Gupta, can you please tell, patients ask which whey protein to be taken. Can you please tell?
Excellent question, Dr. Savita ma'am. Ma'am, I don't say particularly, but mostly I would recommend low carb, high protein content, because what happens is generally the cheaper whey proteins have equal amount of carbs and protein in them. So you would want a low carbohydrate, high protein whey protein, right? Though other points are the BCAA, the amino chains, the multivitamin, I think those are more marketing gimmicks. But if you want to choose any product, that will be closer to that. So mostly our pharmaceutical companies come closer to that, but sometimes the carb content is a little higher. And I think that's why we need to read and tell and counsel our patients how to choose the right whey protein. Excellent question, ma'am.
Thank you very much.
Dr. Wahi is asking, Renu Wahi ने पूछा है, I think,
eggs.
Egg yolk. I
think the cholesterol content is a little high, but I think one egg yolk, no issues. इतना तो जैसे मैंने बताया सर,
Mr. Shankar, I couldn't get your no, Jasbir ji. The Friday session by Professor Mittal is not going to be exclusively for ladies because the men are equally responsible for the gynecological problems of their ladies. So they better listen up. Shankar ji, your question I'm not being able to locate. Pehla to diya tha. Can I have 2 eggs which are boiled? Manish?
Sir, 1 egg is about 6 grams of protein and it's the purest form of egg. Sir, हमारे PSM में सबसे common question पूछा जाता था. Right, sir? I think it is very good to go. 2 eggs would mean about 12 grams. So, आपका एक meal का requirement अभी आधा ही हुआ है, 2 अंडे लेके. पूरा ही नहीं हुआ है, but still, it's the purest form of egg. But yes, it's a good start to the day.
So I think Gopal ji, namaskar. बड़ा अच्छा लगा.
नमस्कार.
नमस्कार. बहुत अच्छा लगा.
Sir.
I think we've had a phenomenal meeting. I don't think Mr. Malwa is here today to give his last closing couplet. So in any case, I think first of all, let us thank Dr. Manish for sparing his time during his OPD time. Thank you so much, Manish. It was a great pleasure.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much. And before we say goodbye and
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Savita.
Thank you.
We close.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. We close the chapter session again by taking our pledge. Please, all of you, unmute yourself ताकि खूब शोर मचे. All of you join me in saying, मेरा श्वास
मेरे हाथ
मेरा श्वास मेरे हाथ
मेरा
श्वास मेरे हाथ
मेरा
श्वास
श्वास मेरे हाथ मेरा श्वास मेरे
मेरा
हाथ
श्वास मेरे हाथ
मेरा श्वास मेरे हाथ मेरे हाथ.
Next Friday, we are having a session by a psychiatrist on mental health issues of the elders. So be prepared with your queries and be ready to answer certain poll queries. Mental health and nutrition. Let me tell you, mental health and nutrition are the 2 most important pillars in the quality of life of elders. So look forward to the great session by Dr. Manish Sarkar. Thank you so much. And before we all leave, a happy Makar Sankranti, I forgot to mention to all of you. And that is very important. It's a big season all over the country. And please look after yourself. Do not be careless like I was on Monday morning. I got up from the bed and went straight to the bathroom. And I had a spin and I had a fall. And I've got a mild fracture in my spine. All because मैं कहता सबको हूं कि सर्दियों में अगर उठो पेशाब करने तो बैठ के करो. And I didn't follow that rule. So let's all share our experiences and be careful. Thank you very much. God bless you all.
Take care, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Dr. Shai. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.